Hello and welcome to RossenTales. This is the spoken version of our newsletter for summer 2016. This newsletter keeps you in touch with what's been going on in the Trust for the last 3 months, and we hope that you enjoy it. TK 10K OK. Earlier this year, Trevor Kennelly, TK, who lives in the Riverside Apartments, decided that the time had come to have a crack at a road race. Always a keen follower of sport, he decided to go for the Manchester 10K run. Having recruited 2 drivers to support him round the course, he left nothing to chance. Trevor undertook a rigorous training plan that had him swimming and enjoying a new healthy eating plan. Like many of the competitors on the day, this paid dividends and enabled TK and his team to complete the course in 1 hour and 10 minutes. It was a great day. Thousands of supporters cheered him around every part of the arduous 10-kilometre course, with many family and friends in the crowds. This made the whole experience for Trevor very emotional indeed. There are so many people to thank for supporting Trevor. Not only the many kind sponsors, but also the helpful hand in Macclesfield, who lent him a wheelchair fit for a race. When asked why he did it, Trevor said, "I've watched others taking part for years, and I thought it was about time I did it for myself. It was fantastic." Sue Heaven said, "Trevor's a real inspiration to us. His dedication leading up to the event and on the day itself was outstanding. And not only that, he's already raised £2,000 for the charity that he loves." The Great Manchester Run, established in 2003, is an annual 10-kilometre run through Manchester, and it's the largest of its type in Europe. It is the 3rd largest mass participation running event in the UK, behind the Great North Run and, of course, the London Marathon.
Changing and growing. What a transformation! And we couldn't have done it without you. We have now completely transformed and improved the facilities in Oakwood's horticultural areas. The access has been improved to the entire site. It is now suitable for those with mobility issues. Glass greenhouses have been replaced with polytunnels to increase the productivity at the site. New planting tables have also been assembled. Many of those thanks to the help of the volunteers. Our team are busy planting up hanging baskets and planters for individuals and businesses. This task, which has been made much easier thanks to the easy accessible benches to work from and the covered open area to provide shade.
Adam Stevens interviews staff member, dunno, male.
Do you enjoy working at the RossenTales Trust?
I do really enjoy working here.
How long have you worked at Rossendale?
A year and 7 months.
Do you enjoy going on holiday with the tenants?
I've not been on a holiday yet with a tenant, but I've heard it's really good.
What's your favourite thing about the job?
Being with the tenants and every day being different.
What do you do when you're not at work?
When I'm not in work, I see friends and I make things.
Do you like being a key worker?
I do like being a key worker. You really get to learn about the person.
Do you like cooking and baking?
I do like cooking. I've learned how to make many new things, but I'm still not a very good baker.
Do you have any experience doing this job before working here?
No, I only worked in retail previously. This was a totally new experience when I started.
What's the funniest thing that's happened to you working here?
My funniest moment was when some tenants tried to push me into the shower, but they ended up getting wet instead of me.
Are you any good at making tea and coffee?
I think I am, but I will let you be the judge and you tell me.
Adi and the Technicolor Dreamcoat. Recently, Adrian Gaskell, who loves music, had the chance to go to Buxton Opera House to see a production of Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat. A tenant in Riverside, Adi has always been very fond of brass band music, but he really enjoyed this famous musical.
50 up. Paul Locke, who has lived at Rosendale for many years as a resident and then as a tenant in Rose Gardens, reached 50 years old recently. Paul enjoyed his party with staff members and friends.
A record-breaking marathon. A record-breaking fundraising effort for the Rosendale Trust was achieved by 6 intrepid runners at this year's London Marathon. For those who don't know, the London Marathon is run over a gruelling 26.2 mile course. The runners not only achieved personal challenges, but raised a record-breaking amount for the Trust. The 6 were Toby Eyre, Louise Brown, Rachel Cuthbert, Liz McKillop, Nathan Rhodes and Carl Downing. They all ran the 26.2 miles, completing the course in fantastic times, beating rhinos, purple dinosaurs and the odd womble on the way. Sue Heaven, head of PR and fundraising at the Rosendale Trust, said it was an outstanding effort over such a gruelling distance and raised well over in excess of £13,000 for the Rosendale Trust. One of the runners, Nathan Rhodes, said, "Honestly, it was the best day of my life, and to meet people from the Rosendale Trust at the end of it just topped it off." The efforts of the runners directly benefit the people the Rosendale Trust supports through life-enhancing projects such as WorkTaste. WorkTaste is a scheme which supports people with learning and some physical disabilities to participate in short work placements to build a portfolio of work experience.
It's Fete Day. The Rosendale Trust is holding its annual fete on Sunday, 7th of August, between 12 and 4 p.m. in the grounds of Rosendale Hall. We will have the usual mix of stalls selling a range of crafts and gifts to suit everyone. Come and win one of our fantastic prizes in the raffle or the tombola. Enjoy homemade cakes with a cup of tea, or an ice cream from Blaze Farm, or something from the barbecue in our lovely gardens. To make this day a success, we need your help. Could you donate a prize for the tombola or raffle? Or perhaps bake a cake or biscuits for the cake stall? Or perhaps even volunteer to help out on the day? Last year we raised a record-breaking £7,215. We also needed 55 volunteers and we still needed more. So please get in touch.
Website refresh. We are very excited to announce the launch of our newly designed website. You will notice it features bright colours and an uncluttered design that communicates Rosendale's strong message of supported living. We wanted to make the new website faster, easier to navigate and more user-friendly. You will find the website is divided into sections, much as before. Home, what we do, news and events, support us, our staff, work taste and work for us. Much has been refreshed, but the most notable change is the support us section, which now boasts fundraising packs, which can be downloaded, and an online shop to purchase items to support the work we do, and much more. In news and events, you can find our upcoming events, so you don't miss any must-see occasions and ways to get involved and support the Rosendale Trust. You can also have a good look back on past events in the archive. The modernised Work for Us section has been totally restructured with fresh, coherent style and now allows prospective employees to apply online if they choose.
Oakwood News. The new polytunnel springs to life. The Oakwood Horticultural Group have now moved into their new polytunnel and refurbished site. The giant polytunnel enables more people to get involved in the activity and gives the group a fantastic working space. There is greater control over the temperature with large doors either end and sides that can be raised, meaning the group can work in there even in the sunniest of days. The group are now busy making up hanging baskets, planters and summer bedding plants for the growing customer base. Quality is at the root of everything they do. The Oakwood Woodwork Group got a commission from the Canalside View pool team to create a queue rest that would enable all the players to take part and to maximise their enjoyment from the games. Some of the players were struggling with keeping their cue flat on the rest, which meant when they were striking the ball their cue would lift up and miss-hit their shot. With the woodwork team's innovative design and creation, the cues now stay on target and the shots are flying again. Hot off the press. The Oakwood Media Group recently purchased, through fundraising efforts, a heat press machine. Now they can transfer their wonderful photographs and images from the art group onto bags, coasters, t-shirts, mugs, mouse mats, mobile phones, chopping boards, clocks, caps, glass photo frames and door hangers, to name just a few. The group have really got stuck into creating the items for sale, and all are enjoying the process. They are inundated with orders for personalised products. Chris Welsh said, "I love being able to make my own t-shirts."
Work Taste News. Nailing it. Through the Work Taste project, Fiona Mason has been able to build on her previous experience on a college course in hair and beauty so that she can specialise in nail training. With her Work Taste coach, who is also a professional beautician, Fiona was able to complete a basic 6-week nail training course incorporating hand massage and manicures, whilst also learning the professional terms and words. At the end of the 6 weeks, Fiona held a salon session for paying customers. In preparation for this, Fiona used the facilities at Oakwood Media to design and print her own business cards and some posters and flyers, which she distributed to the apartments and offices around Rossendale Hall. Her salon was a great success. Fiona has a waiting list of prospective customers and has now moved on to a Work Taste placement at Bellezza da Francesca, assisting with manicures and improving her techniques at a beauty salon.
Meow. Sarah Linford really enjoyed her Work Taste placement at Mere Moggy's, Road Heath, earlier this year. The cats Sarah learnt to groom are all rescue cats from the RSPCA. Lots of black and white cats, but also Violet, the tortoiseshell, who was actually found at the Flower Pot pub in Macclesfield. She then had her own grooming mitt and brush and was shown how to groom a cat properly, including one cat which has had surgery to remove her ears.
Tenants Forum. There was another very successful Tenants Forum on June the 10th, once again held at the Flower Pot pub in Macclesfield. As usual, we started things off with lunch, which always puts everyone in a really good frame of mind. We welcomed Joanne Ewells and Eleanor Dobson to their first meeting as tenants. They both live on Walker Lane in Sutton, and the Trust began to provide their care and support at the end of May. After a welcome and introduction from Nick Hart, the main speaker at the event was Trevor Kennelly, who told everyone about his triumphant experience competing in the Great Manchester Run, which is a 10k road race. Trev had always wanted to take part in a really big event like this. He worked very hard beforehand to get himself fit and ready on the day. Trev gave us all a real flavour of what it's like to be part of an event in front of 40,000 spectators. Then Louise Lewis talked about the Work Taste project and how it is involving more people from across the Trust. We now have 10 Work Taste coaches who are helping the service to grow. Richard Chapman brought the meeting to a close. We look forward to seeing everyone at the next meeting, which will be in September.
I'd like you to meet one of our trustees. Her name is Marion Goddard, and she's been a trustee for 2 years. Marion lives on top of a well-known landmark, the Cloud, near Congleton, where she and her husband live with their dog Charlie, 2 cats and 3 geese. These are her words. Living as we do in the countryside, we are surrounded on 2 sides by National Trust land and enjoy walking with Charlie on local footpaths. We are both keen gardeners and have created our own garden over the last 30 years, growing our own vegetables and fruit. Our house is an old miner's cottage and has taken us 30 years of DIY to renovate it and create the home we now have. I went to Macclesfield School and a college in Manchester, then later in life to Salford University to become a qualified social worker. I enjoyed a long career as a manager in social care for almost 40 years, 14 years in the voluntary sector and 25 years for Cheshire Social Services and Cheshire East Adult Social Care. During my time as a social care manager, I was responsible for a variety of services, including supported living networks, residential care, home care and day services. I've been a trustee for 2 years, but I first visited Rossendale when it had been open for just a few months in 1975. It is very important that disabled people are involved in decisions which affect their lives, and after I retired, I wanted to continue to be involved with local services for disabled people. I believe nothing about us without us is an important message for us all. A good trustee should ensure that the charitable aims of the Rossendale Trust are met, and that Rossendale Trust provides the best possible services for our tenants. Trustees should listen to the views of tenants and their families and give them the opportunity to influence decisions. Trustees also have a responsibility to our staff and be a good employer. Our staff are a vital part of the services offered. I have seen lots of good things since I joined Rossendale Trust. I recently visited the new horticultural area and think it is exciting to have such a large area under cover and a really accessible area for everyone. I am also delighted that the new Tenants Forum is giving tenants the opportunity to think about their services and what could be better.
And that is the end of this edition of RossenTales. We hope you've enjoyed it. If you have any thoughts or ideas about what we're doing with this, please bring them into the hall to either Carl or to Sue. And in the meantime, please keep listening. We'll be back in 3 months' time with the autumn edition of RossenTales.